Everybody, and welcome to another edition of Monday Night Raw. No, I'm just kidding. This, of course, is Hebrew77, and I'm your host tonight. Boy, do I look ugly. And welcome to another edition of Monday Night Raw. Hello, everybody. This is Vince McMahon, along with Gorilla Monsoon, and we are live. No, I'm just kidding. Tried to do that voice for too long. See if I got meat in my teeth. Nope. Thank God. Been eating the pork chops. I ate some pork chops. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that live. That's what happens when you go live. You never know what could happen when you're live. Hey, what's up, Mr. Patrick? It's an awesome night tonight. I told everybody in Scarab's channel that I was going live, and I'm flying solo tonight. But next week, mark my words, next week, I will have a new computer, and hopefully by the time that happens, I'll be able to go live with a panel and without showing my ugly mug. So it might be next week, or it might be the week after. I know it's in March. I will have the money in March to get a new computer, so I will be going live with other people and putting other people on my panel. Thanks for the thumbs up, whoever did it. I appreciate it. There are 2 people watching, so I don't know. I'm going to try not to follow the chat tonight, guys. So if you send me a chat message, I'll have to go back and see it later. I will do a roll call if I get enough people in here. The chat sometimes, if you watch the chat, you lose your train of thought, and then it's done for. What's the subject, Patrick? There really is no subject here tonight. I was going to come in here and talk about God stuff. Me and Armored Up talked earlier, and by the way, Armored Up said that he's all down. He's down to go. He would go do a show with me sometime, or any of you guys, anybody that can go live with a panel. I'm sure. He said that would be okay. Yeah, I was talking to God's Armor Up, as he knows himself today, and we talked about a few things, but that's neither here nor there. That has nothing to do with the show, so I'm not going to get into it. I don't know how much when you're talking to somebody, you get a pretty good feel for how much you're going to expose and how much you're not going to say it live on the air, or how much you're going to say in a video. So you don't want to talk too much. But I figured I could at least say that. I'm pretty sure he's okay with that. But anyway, there is no. You notice my Hulkamania shirt? What you gonna do, brother? You know. So when I began the show, I started the show by saying, "Live, it's Monday Night Raw." And I guess we could talk about wrestling. I used to be a pretty big wrestling fan when I was younger. I was a big wrestling fan up until about 93. And then after 93, I quit watching wrestling. And I definitely quit watching WWE wrestling by that time. But the thing is, I definitely quit watching wrestling at that time. My favorite wrestler back then was, of course, Hulk Hogan. And Hulk Hogan left WWE about that time. It was right after WrestleMania 9. He won the title at WrestleMania 9 and then dropped the belt to Yokozuna at King of the Ring 93. And by 93, I was done watching wrestling. watching shows like Batman, the animated series, Ninja Turtles. Uh, I think Ninja Turtles was still going on. They were still pretty strong in the early 90s as well as the mid 90s. Um, but I started watching WCW. I quit watching WWE and I started watching WCW. And I watched WCW to about 96 or 97. It was probably about 97. And I'll tell you a funny story about that. Eric Bischoff was on WCW Nitro, and I'll never forget this. It was the night that they switched to Monday Night Raw. He said, "Don't bother tuning in to Monday Night Raw because I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen tonight. The title's about to change hands, and Mankind is going to win the title tonight." So there you go. I spoiled it for all. And what's funny about that is Eric Bischoff, what you don't realize is that when you just said that, you made everyone want to turn over to Monday Night Raw to see that match. And everyone did exactly the opposite of what he wanted them to do. Because it was out of curiosity. Because no. What's going to happen and then us not change the channel. So at that moment, I turned to the channel and I heard everybody chanting Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. And I was like, who the hell's this Rocky? Who is this guy? Who are they talking about? And at that time, The Rock, who was known as Rocky Maivia at that time, was a very almost unknown character. And I watched him wrestle. And when he started out wrestling, he had blue trunks and blue elbow pads, and his elbow pads had strands on them, kind of like the Ultimate Warrior. And when I turned it on, I was like, who the heck is this guy? He looks like Tatanka. Man, my screen looks a bit fuzzy. Am I a bit fuzzy to you guys out there? Oh, by the way, hello. I tried to turn my volume up. Hello, Carla Red Pill. Hello, Lynn. And hello, Mystery Fried. Oh, and another late night. Hello, Mr. Wait, that's not your name. Yeah, it is. Another late night 78. I just saw it real fast and then it went off my screen. So I didn't realize you were on there. So where was I? Oh, yeah, I was talking about Rocky Maivia. See, people, this is why I can't read the chat while I'm doing this. Hey, I got 7 people viewing. That's not too shabby for a one-man show. Okay, now 6 people because someone just dropped out. It was Rocky Maivia, so I turned it over, and I watched that match, and then I watched DX. I didn't know who DX was. I had no idea who they were. These guys, they were pointing down to their crotch, and they were saying, suck it. And then the Road Dogg Jesse James and the New Age Outlaws. And when I saw this wrestling, I left WCW immediately because I fell in love with those characters. The first time I ever saw them, I fell in love with them. And then they had Kane. You know, The Undertaker was still around. Here was Rocky Maivia, who was getting ready to become someone special. And then, sure enough, Mankind wins the WWE title. WWF back then. He wins the title. And I'm like, thanks, Eric Bischoff. You just lost yourself a viewer, buddy. And I'm sure he lost a lot of viewers that night. And from that night on, I went back to watch it. And I watched it until 2000 and I'm going to say about 2013, I quit watching wrestling. I was getting so sick and tired of the same old stuff over and over again, the same storylines, and so many new people. I didn't know who these people were. Yeah, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, John Cena, and John Cena. I was getting so sick and tired of seeing John Cena's stupid face on TV that I just shut it off. I quit watching wrestling. And do you know what happened? I quit and I subscribed to WWE Network and I started watching the old wrestling. I started watching the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s wrestling, and I quit watching all that other crap. Well, here, several months ago, me and my wife were bored, and we decided, hey, you know what? Let's watch Raw. Let's just see what's going on. So we turned it to Raw, and here's all these guys with the same clothes, same outfits, same haircut. They all just look the same. And we didn't recognize not one single person on there. Maybe The Undertaker. The Undertaker showed up one time, and I think Shawn Michaels showed up one time. The Heartbreak Kid, baby, yeah. Um, but other than that, I mean, it was all garbage. It was just all garbage. Okay, Carla, we'll wait for you. We're not going to wait for her. Uh, no, but it was all garbage, man. It was like the same outfits, same clothes, same wrestling moves. Just everybody looked the same. Their personalities didn't change either. But then my wife turned on Tuesday. She turned it on USA on Tuesday, and it was Tuesday Night SmackDown. I don't know why they changed it. I love Thursday Night SmackDown. What was wrong with that? You had one show on Monday, one show on Thursday, and on Saturday, sometimes they'd have Saturday night's main event. But that was good. That was fine. What the heck was wrong with that? Oh, and they had Sunday Night Heat. For you wrestling fans out there that remember that era, that was the Attitude Era. And the Golden Age, or Silver Age, I think it's the Silver Age. The Silver Age was Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, all those guys, right? The Attitude Era, we all know who was in the Attitude Era, right? Bret the Hitman Hart, Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Big Show, Mankind, The Undertaker. All those guys were in the Attitude Era. And now you have the PG era. PG, what's that stand for? Piece of garbage? Because that's what it is. I guess there would have to be an O in between that. But yeah, piece of garbage. Thanks, guys, Vince McMahon, for ruining wrestling forever. So yeah, I don't watch wrestling anymore. And what I do is I watch this stuff. Look, check it out. I watch the wrestling games. I'll set up matches between. By the way, Lynn, I met Jake the Snake Roberts one time. He was in my hometown wrestling at a high school, believe it or not a high school, a junior high school. At, in the gym in the junior high. That junior high school actually has a lot of history behind it. There was wrestlers way back in the 70s that used to wrestle in that gymnasium. Don't ask me why, but they came there. They had wrestling Saturday nights, Monday, uh, Friday, and Saturday nights there in that gymnasium. And the old timers always used to talk about Macho Man Randy Savage was there. The $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase was there. Um, you had all kind. Ric Flair came there one time, and don't ask me why. This is a small town that I live in, and it was a gymnasium, probably about the size. Well, you know what gymnasiums are. I don't have to tell you what size it was. but it was just a regular sized school gymnasium, and people would come there and watch wrestling. And they had wrestling every Monday, Friday, and Saturday night, uh, once a month, not every week. It was like once or twice a month, and you know that I missed out on all that because I wasn't even born yet when that was going on. And when it was still going on, I was way too young. But that makes sense, Mystery Fried. I'm glad you brought that up, man. Hey, if anybody wants to contribute to the conversation, feel free to leave a chat. I might not see it right away because, look, I need to shave. I may not see it right away, but I'll see it eventually, and then I'll respond to it. Um, we're going to give Snoopy the opportunity to show up. I know he was on. He got disappointed. He's been disappointed several times because he's had to work late. So we'll give him an opportunity. If he doesn't come in, I do these live streams for about an hour and then I call it quits. But I might go longer tonight if he just try to give him the opportunity to hop in here. Even if there's nobody watching, um, I'm still gonna do the thing. Now, when I used the early '90s, we had relatives that lived in Memphis, and every Fourth of July, the Fourth of July weekend, we would stay for about a week. We'd go there and visit, and my cousin used to take me to the arena there in Memphis. He would take me to the arena because his wife worked for the TV studio, and she got tickets. She got tickets all the time for the wrestling matches there in the TV studio, there in the arena. So we would go to wrestling matches at the TV studio. In fact, I have an old tape, and you can see me on there. You can see little Hebrew when he was about 11 or 12 years old. You can see me on the tape. I'll show it to you guys someday. But we used to go to these wrestling matches, and oh man, I'll tell you, I met I met the Von Erichs. I met Kerry Von Erich. I met Kevin Von Erich. I met Ravishing Rick Rude. I've met Jerry the King Lawler. What's funny is, and I met Cactus Jack. I met what's his name with the guitar? Oh, I can't think of it right now. What's his name? Give me some help here with the guitar. Um, I met Terry Funk. I met Demolition Acid Smash. Now, when they had wrestling in my hometown, when they had wrestling in my hometown, they would. I met Acid Smash in my hometown. I met CM Punk. I met CM Punk before he became famous. Yeah, I did meet Harley Race. Harley Race used to wrestle in Memphis before he went to the WWE. He used to wrestle at Memphis. Let's see, but it wasn't Harley Race. Harley Race didn't have a guitar. Jeff Jarrett. That's who I was trying to think of. Jeff Jarrett. I met Jeff Jarrett, and I'm, I probably met a lot of great ones. The only one I would love to have gotten to meet would be Hulk Hogan. I know there's a lot of people that don't really like Hulk Hogan, but there's a lot of wrestlers that said that he really was a good guy. Um, they said that and when you think about it, Hogan made the business what it is today. Well, it's in the toilet today, but I mean what it was back then. Hogan and Vince McMahon, if it wasn't for those two, there would be no WrestleMania. There would be no WWE because it all would have gone to WCW. But everyone, Hulk Hogan's one of the biggest names in the sport, even today. Anyone, anywhere in the world, if you say Hulk Hogan, even if they're not wrestling fans, they all know who Hulk Hogan is. So let's not give the Hulkster too much grief. As you can see, I wear his. I'm still, I'm still a Hulkamaniac. I'm still a Hulkamaniac, brother. So, so there we go. You've heard my background about wrestling and what I think about wrestling. Hey, Mr. Cowboy, thanks for stopping by and watching my live stream. Hey, Mr. Cowboy, let me ask you a question, brother. Is Candid Cupcakes doing a live stream tonight? I'm just asking that question. Because if Candid's doing a live stream, I'll go jump over there. If she invites me. I'm just saying. Um, I'll finish this. I'll finish this up, and then I'll go jump over there, and we'll all do a live stream. And all you guys that are watching this, if you're still up after my live stream, jump over to Candid Cupcakes live stream if she's doing one. I don't know if she is or not. That's why I was asking Cowboy a while ago. And also, so anyway, I guess you guys are all aware that I had a conversation today with someone, and we were talking about our different beliefs. And we were talking about God, and we were talking about some of the people that are affected by the Mandela effect. And I was telling him some personal stories about myself, and he had related back to me some personal stories about himself. And these are really similar stories. But, you know, I'm not afraid to tell everybody out there. When I was a kid, I was bullied. I was in special ed when I went. Um, I'll put it all out there. I don't care who thinks what and what they think, but I was bullied. I was picked on, um, and that's how I started out making movies. When I was a little kid, I didn't make movies, but I would go to my room and I'd close the door and I'd get all my toys out and I'd start making all these different scenarios for my action figures and stuff. Most of the time it was G.I. Joes back then, but I did Man figures too. Uh, I think that's what fueled my creativity. If it wasn't for those uh, that playtime that I had hours of playtime with those guys. I mean, that's why I'm so attached. I think that's the reason why I'm so attached to action figures to this very day, is because I have those are memories of me coming home from school and really coming home from that hellhole. Because I think even back then I used to call it that hellhole. Me coming back from that hellhole and coming home, when I got home, it was one of the greatest things ever. I didn't get a ton of homework. I was just glad to be home, to be safe, to be behind closed doors, and just, I didn't have too many friends growing up. I had a few friends that I used to hang out with. We used to go and ride our bikes and go to the park and play out in the backyard, play a kickball and this and that. But I really wasn't much of a sportsy kid when I was little. like I said, I would close myself in and I would play with my toys for hours. Grandma hollered, "It's supper time," and then that's when I stopped playing. Uh, Not because I was hungry, because I was told that I should come and eat, and then once I got done eating, I could play with my toys again. So I would eat as fast as I could, just shovel the food in, and go back to playing with my toys. So that was pretty cool. But oh no, you can talk about the Mandela effect. Oh hi, Mr. Jocko, I didn't see you there. You know what? I've got 8 people watching, so let me go ahead and give this room a shout out real quick before I continue with my stories. It should be pretty simple to do. We've got Cowboy, Another Late Night, Mystery Fried, Jocko R, Lynn McGill, Mystery Fried, and let's see here. Let's go to chat. Carla Red Pill, and let's see. I think that's it. Okay, there's your room shout out for tonight. Oh, and Patrick Roberts. Thank you, Mr. Patrick. But I'll tell you, the Mandela effect is why we're all here, right? So, yeah, I mean, you could talk about the Mandela effect. By the way, I want your guys' opinion on something. Do you guys think I should call in Friday night and talk like Popeye or Al Pacino? I can do either one, but I'm going to work on my Al Pacino because the Al Pacino impression is way down here. It's a little bit lower than I need it to be. I don't know. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it. So, I could also do a great Popeye impression too. Hoo-ah! But okay, the Popeyes have it. But okay, hang on. Before I go in Friday night, when I call in, by the way, I can't donate no more money. Um, I can't donate no more money. I donated, I think, $50. Last Friday, I donated about what, $20, and I think the Friday before that, I donated about $30. So actually, it was more like closer to $80 that I've donated. Wow, I got to quit doing that. But yeah, I think I might go in there. I think I might go in there and talk like this. I don't know. I might just go in there and go, well, blow me down. But who knows? Maybe I'll go in there singing. Maybe I'll go, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. While I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish 'cause I eats me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Hoo-hoo. So, who knows? Maybe I'll do something like that. Um, I smell electricity burning. Maybe it's my phone? No, maybe it's this cigarette. Hold on, let me smell the cigarette. Oh God, I wish I hadn't done that. Oh gosh. What the heck is burning? Is that my foot? Do I got a leaf down there that caught on fire somehow? I don't know, but I know one thing. I got to change my smoke detector. I've got a carbon monoxide smoke detector. Wait a minute. What's wrong with Smokey the Bear? What's going on with him now? Am I missing something? Mr. Jocko, what's going on with Smokey the Bear? Hey, I believe the glasses too. How you doing, buddy? My vocal cords? You mean for doing Popeye? No, actually, it helps when I smoke. Oh, oh man. It helps when I smoke, except for when I do my Skeletor. When I do my Skeletor impression. Because I gotta be high pitched like this. But you know, hey man, you boob. And but the smoking, I'll tell you something about the smoking. The smoking and the drinking. If I do both, I could do let's see, I did Skeletor. And I can also do Merman. Oh man. My Skeletor voice is better when I do the drinking. My my Batman. My Batman voice is better when I do the smoking because you got to get it real low, low. How how low can you go? Um, if I could go any lower, you got to go low and then middle class high to try to do Dan's voice. You got to go right about the middle. You got to lower your voice just like this and talk really, really, really low. And that's how you that's how you do that's how I can't do it now. But oh yeah, my socks. I mentioned my socks earlier. Here's my socks, by the way. There's my socks. Um Hey, Ronan, man, you changed your name, dude. I thought I shifted there when I first saw it on what was that Saturday? I saw you on Saturday. I said, did your name change?" It used to be the voice, and now it's not the voice anymore. Ooh, no. Um, so here we are. We're all here. I gave the room a shout out earlier. I might give the room another shout out as soon as we're almost done. But Ronan Frequency is here. Um, Not the voice, the frequency. The frequency of this has changed. So you got to keep that in mind. Um, there was another voice. Well, yeah, I was going to mention my meat rod voice, but, I don't want to bring that stuff up again, because that is just a hard, nasty worms there, friend. And I used to be able to do Scooby Doo when I was much younger. I used to do Scooby Doo, and then my voice changed. No, no, it's like row. It's kind of off if you just notice. So, well, I hope you get better, man. I really do. I'm sorry to hear that you're sick, dude. My mom had strep. Uh, she was here yesterday, and she found not yes. what was yesterday? Oh yeah, she was here. She was here yesterday, and they found she was fine. She was just fine. And then today she goes to the doctor, and they found out she had strep. So hopefully none of us caught it. Hopefully, especially my grandparents at their age, hopefully they didn't catch it. I don't think I caught it. Otherwise, we'll be doing the voices tonight, now would I? Um, I wouldn't be able to do the voices if I did. But did anyone ever see Andre the Giant? No, Andre the Giant. Would anyone want a peanut? You know. So there you go. Now tomorrow night, not tomorrow night, Friday night, I will be here again with yet another live stream. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get it done before live. When Dan goes live, uh, I don't want to step on him, but I'm going to do it about an hour before he goes live. So watch out for the notifications for that one. I appreciate everybody that came on here and joined my live stream. Cowboy never did answer my question, by the way. Is Candid Cupcakes going live? Left before he could answer that. I'll find out. I'll go in Hangouts and find out. Um, but we were talking about God. Me and this other individual, we were talking about God, and we were talking about the way we believe. And he talked about hell a little bit, his idea of what hell is. And I talked about my idea about what hell is. And we had a very interesting conversation. It was a very good conversation. Both of us had interesting point of views. And I've had, he told me that if I ever wanted to do a show with him, we would do a show, not just me, but me and possibly Jason and somebody else, or maybe even Ronan. Am I sub to you? I don't know if I'm sub to you or not. Am I sub to you? If I'm not, I'll go and I'll definitely give you a sub, buddy. I don't know if I did or not. Sometimes I forget. I'm really bad at subbing to people because what I find is you could know people your whole time, like a year, 2 years, 3 years, and find out, oh my gosh, I never subbed to them. And they could sub to you. And even when they sub to you, when I get that message that says so and so has subscribed to you, I don't even see it. And then by the time I see it, I've already deleted all my messages. So then I forget. And I'm really bad about that. So you'll have to remind me. Everybody remind me. If I haven't subscribed to you guys, please remind me to do it. I'll do it. And I appreciate the thumbs up, by the way, guys. I got 4 thumbs up. I really appreciate that. I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. This is the most I've had. Look at this. I got 11 viewers. Isn't that sad? That's sad when you get excited. You only have 11 viewers. But I appreciate it. Oh, I got 12 viewers. It jumped. Nice. Thanks for watching. Whoever popped in, thanks for watching. So anyway, what were we talking about? See, I easily lose track. Cook. Cook just came in. That's awesome, Cook. I don't know who you are, Cook. I'm sorry. You slipped my mind. But anyway, so, oh, hey, Ronan, you leaving, brother? That's cool. I'll tell you what, Cook. I'll check out your channel. I'll check you out. And if there's no, listen, I'm going to tell everybody this. and I apologize if you're offended, but I'm going to tell everybody this right now. If you don't have any content, if you don't have any videos, I'm sorry. I'm really not going to sub to you unless I know you and you're a really good friend. Then I'll do you the favor. But I don't buy into this whole concept of sub for sub. I'm sorry. If you like my videos and you like my live streams and you want to sub to me, then that's fine. I'm not gonna ask any of you. I would never do that to anybody. I would never ask someone sub to me just because or sub for sub. Don't go into that. That business uh, to me is just it's nonsense. First of all, if you don't have any content, what difference does it make? Um, but if you have content and I like it, I will sub. I will sub to anybody. I'll sub to anybody who has good content. I just don't do the sub for sub. I don't believe. Again, if you have good content or if I'm a good friend of yours, I do it just to be a good friend. But if I don't know you, I'm sorry. I can't do it. So no offense to you or anybody that's out there watching. I just don't do the sub for sub. I don't do that. I never have, even when I had my old YouTube channel. By the way, everybody, I had an old YouTube channel years ago, and it's still active, and it's called Ghostbuster Guy 2001. If anybody wants to go over there and watch some of my really old videos, the strange thing is the quality on those videos is a lot better than these videos. And I do a lot of voices over there too because I had this show. It was called the David Hasselhoff Show. And I really don't know what I heard there was a Mandela effect on David Hasselhoff on his last name or something. I don't really know what it is, but when I used to spell it, I used to spell it Hassel, Hasel, Hoff, Hoff. Now I've done it different ways too, by mistake. I've done it a couple different ways. I've done Hassel, Hasle or Hasel, not El, Le, Hassel, Hoff with just one F. But and then I went back. I think I might have went back and changed it back to two F's. But I don't know if there's a Mandela effect with his name because I heard Scarab mention it. And if there was, I'm totally oblivious to it. So if you, oh, okay. Carla, thanks for coming by. You have a good night. Thanks for the thumbs up. Whoever gave me another thumbs up, I'm gonna take a drink of tea right now. I only drink on Fridays or Saturdays. If I drink on a Friday night, I never drink on a Saturday night. If I drink on a Saturday night, I never drink on a Sunday night unless it's the Super Bowl. Now, when the Cardinal games start, again, I will be drinking beer on a regular basis. During the summertime, I drink a lot of beer during the summer because number one, it's cold. It's a cold drink to drink, you know. Number two, it's hot outside. You feel like drinking a cold beer. That's just the way it is. Um, Number three, during the summertime, I have a lot of cookouts. I have a lot of outdoor activity, work out a lot more during the summertime. Oh, geez, it's been like 5 weeks since I've worked out because it's been so cold. All my weights, except for this machine here, that machine right there, I need to knock the dust off of that sucker. That machine there, I'll use it as much as possible. But all my weights are outside. All the hard weights are out in the garage. And it's been so cold here lately. I'm working out. And for some odd reason, I've been getting so tired here lately. I've been so tired. I haven't felt like working out. I don't know if it's the weather changing. I don't know if it has to do with the ME. I have no idea. Oh, I'm going to jump on chat here for a second and see what's going on in the chat. Just jump on chat. Let's see here. MMA, oops. No, I don't want to hide any of the messages, you fool. Um, MMA, I don't, I used to watch it a long time ago. I used to watch some MMA. When Brock Lesnar was doing it, I watched it. And before him, when Ken Shamrock was doing the MMA, I watched some of it. I didn't know it was called MMA though. I thought it was called MMA. Wait, no, you're right. I'm trying to think. Um, but I used to watch it a lot. I remember when it first came out, how popular it was when it first came out. Thank you. I knew it was that, but I forgot. When it first came out, I used to watch it. It was popular, and I remember when it first came out. When did it first come out? Late '90s, early '90s, late '90s. About what, 97, 98, somewhere around there. It first came out, or at least that's when it was first popular here in the states. I'm sure it was popular in Japan before it came to the states. That's with a lot of things. You know, there's a lot of professional wrestlers that started out in Japan. That's where they got their training from. Hulk Hogan started out in Japan. Um, when he was training in Japan, he was trained by Matsui Cheeto, not Cheeto. Euro Matsui. What's his name? Hiro. Uh, Hiro Hijito. Forget it. I don't know names. But my point is, a lot of wrestlers came out of Japan wrestling. And what's funny is they recently brought back Japan. What's it called? It's the Japan organization. They brought it back to America TV, and now it's on America TV. And Jim Ross actually announces those matches, and I thought that was awesome. New Japan, that's the name of it, New Japan. So there's a reason why it's back on TV, because it's New Japan. And Jim Ross announces a lot of those matches. I think it was actually Hulk Hogan, because Hulk Hogan was responsible for the revival of TNA wrestling. That was Hulk Hogan's wrestling deal. And it was started by Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett started TNA, and then Hogan came in and he bought it from Jeff Jarrett, and he took it over. But that was pretty neat. They gave him a huge deal. They gave him creative control to do whatever he wanted. It was a huge deal. They knew by bringing in Hulk Hogan, they were bringing in a big name. So Jeff Jarrett was wise to do that. I don't know if you remember years ago, I think it was late '90s, Ted DiBiase had a wrestling organization, and I forget the name of it, but he had a wrestling organization that was before ECW. ECW came in the mid to late 90s. Well, I came in the 80s, but the name was changed to ECW. And you know what we used to call ECW? We used to call it extremely crappy wrestling. Because it just was, you know, it just could not compete with WWE at the time. Uh, oh, did Candid Cupcakes just go live? Okay. I might get on her, I might get over there on her channel, guys. This has run almost an hour. And as I said before, I like to run my live streams for about an hour. If you guys want to jump over there, I won't be offended. You can go ahead and jump on over there. I won't be offended, but I'm going to keep this running for 10 more minutes just because we're on a good conversation right now. Now, if everybody leaves, then if everybody leaves, then I won't have an audience, and I'll still talk. I'll talk to myself. How about that? Now, yeah, I'm losing audience members here, so let me go ahead and give the room another shout out one last time. It will be a short one. No, I don't want to hide the chat. You push the button, and it. I went to go push the button, and it took me to some stupid page. Anyway, let's give the chat another shout out. There's Cook, Mystery Fried, Carter Red Pill was here, Lynn Miguel was here, Ryan Hope. Oh wow, I didn't know Ryan Hope was here. The Running Frequency, Mystery Fried. I think I already said Mystery Fried. Boy, Running Frequency is doing a lot of chatting. Jocko R. I don't think Rocco's ever been in my chats. I believe the glasses too. Another late night. And let's see here. I think that's it. Sorry if I missed any of you guys earlier on. Cowboy was here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still going to go on with the chat. I've only got 4 watchers. I know where they went. They went to Candid Cupcakes chat, and that's fine. I love all. They went back in time, and instead of killing Hitler as a baby, they tried to make it so that baby was never born. And what I mean by that is that baby would have a different father or a different mother. I'm not saying they killed it before it was born. But in theory, instead of killing a baby, what you could do is kill the father. But that still would be wrong because that father didn't do anything. So one of my theories was they went back in time and actually did it with his mother. I hate to be so blunt, sorry. But and tried to change Hitler. And the theory went like this. They went back in time. They gave a different father to Hitler. The father had blue eyes. The mother had blue eyes. Therefore, Hitler had blue eyes. But what happened was history came out all the same. That baby grew up to be Hitler and still did everything that he was supposed to do. So I don't think that it was time travel. CERN, maybe it was CERN. Everyone believes that it was CERN. They've opened up a portal to all these, not a portal. uh, let's look at CERN as like Jacob's not Jacob's ladder. I always get those two confused. If you look at CERN like the Tower of Babel, you could say that they opened the portal thinking that they were trying to find the God particle. In other words, they were trying to find a shortcut to heaven. They said they were trying to um, find the origins of the Big Bang, which is what a lot of scientists, thought caused the beginning of the world. Really, all of us who are religious and believe in God know that God created the heavens and earth. But really, they were looking for the God particle. And while looking for the God particle, either purposely or accidentally, they opened a gateway. They opened the Pandora box, so to speak. And when they did this, they butterfly effect. And when they caused that butterfly effect, the rift between time and space, between the time and space continuum, was damaged. It was scarred. And when that happened, all of our stuff started changing very gradually. All these changes started occurring. And then by the time it was time for them to shut down, it was already too late. They had already opened Pandora's box. They had already let up. My third theory, and it's not my final theory, of course, but my third and most popular theory is that CERN opened up a gateway to demons, and demons crossed over into our dimension. Now, let me make this quickly clear. We have always had demons here on Earth, but the demons, when CERN opened the gateway, the demons had more access. They were more accessible to our world. And when they entered our world, they started screwing with everything. The logos, the history, the flag, the Bible changes even. And if you really think hard about it, it could be supernatural. It could be from demons doing this. They could have been very well responsible for doing all these changes to mess with us, make us turn against each other, make us turn against God. Because what does Satan, what is his ultimate plan? His ultimate plan is to take us away from God, to get us away from God. That's what me and this individual was talking about when we were talking about heaven and hell. He does not believe that hell is a place of eternal torment and torture, because he doesn't believe the Father would do that to us. The Father is too nice. The Father does not want us to perish. This is his belief. This is my belief. The Father does not want us to perish. He would never do that to the human race. He created us with love. Even though the Old Testament talks about a vengeful and a frightful God, the God of love was Jesus Christ. When Jesus Christ was crucified, when Jesus was crucified, died, and then came back, he came back as Christ. And when he came back as Christ, he ascended into heaven and became one with the Father. So when he did that, he now and the Father are one. And there's the Holy Spirit, which that's a whole different can of worms that I don't even know what I'm talking about when I get into the Holy Spirit. So I won't talk about that, but I will say that those are my three theories. Either they created a time machine and they went back and they changed several things. Like there was several thousand, there not thousand, but several hundred scientists that went back in time and changed several different things for certain reasons. Or CERN opened up a gateway accidentally by trying to mess with nature, trying to mess with the ways of the Lord, and opened up a portal doing stuff that they didn't fully understand. Now that's the scientific explanation. The spiritual explanation is what I just gave you. That demons came into our world, that CERN somehow ripped a pendulum to time and space. I'm not even sure if that's a word. Pendulum? They did something between time and space, and they were messing with powers they couldn't fully understand, and therefore here come all these demons and stuff messing with our world. They could have very easily brought on Judgment Day earlier than it should have been. I'm not saying that that's what I believe, but there are people that share that belief, that they, in fact, caused Judgment Day to happen, or not Judgment Day, Armageddon to happen, the end times. We're talking about the end times. They caused it to happen faster than it should have. Right. That's exactly what they did. They pushed a button. They basically, what does this button do? The red button. What does that button do? Whatever you do, don't push the red button. You mean this one? Bing. Too late. But that's my theories. And I actually made a video several months ago. It might have been over a year ago, actually. It might have been over a year ago, explaining my thoughts of what I think the Mandela effect was, or how it happened, how this all happened. And I honestly do think that a gateway or a doorway or something was opened possibly without them knowing. Now, did they know after it happened? I think so. I think they did, and I think that, well, you could see how they're how they're messing with us. You could see the scientists standing outside the CERN holding up the signs, Nelson Mandela, Curious George, all the other stuff. They're holding up those signs. All the effects that have happened. Berenstain I can't talk. Berenstain Bears. All the effects that after they did this, they wrote down and they started messing with us by showing those signs for some odd reason. So either they did this on purpose, messing around, saying, you know what, we're gonna open up a new dimension. We know these things exist. We know exactly what the consequences are going to be anyway. Or they opened it up by accident, and once all the stuff started happening, they said, oops, sorry. Well, whatever happens, I guess. We just basically ripped a hole between time and space, and now everything's effed up. Sorry. It's like they're mocking us. And it's ridiculous. It needs to come to a stop. So anyway, speaking of coming to a stop, I'm going to come to a stop. Candid Cupcakes is doing a live stream. I don't want to step on her live stream, but I wanted to get that out. I wanted to get, it's been over an hour. I'd like to thank everybody who joined the show. Mr. Fried's got a point. Um, I enjoyed this last 10 minutes of conversation really picked up. Everybody left before I started getting deep. But they can go back and watch it later. But you know, that those are my theories. And they can watch the live chat later too. I wish Candid Cupcakes had waited until after I got done doing my stream. I told Cowboy, I asked him specifically, is Candid going to do a stream? And he might have left before I asked him that. I guess he left. So it's probably not completely his fault. But I just wish I could have said something to him. I wasn't paying attention to the chat. You know how hard it is to keep up with the chat sometimes. Even if you've only got 11 people, it's still hard. But anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. Thanks for watching my live stream. I think this is one of the better live streams we've had in a long time. It started off slow. You know, I just started talking about wrestling. I'm going to give the room one more shout out before we go, and then I'm going to push the button. I'm going to be like Sir and push the button. Okay. Ryan Hope hung out with us. Mystery Fried is still here. Cook. And that's the end of the that was the last shout out. This is Hebrew77 saying, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Wait a minute, I picked up another chatter. It doesn't matter because I'm going off anyway. Sorry, new chatter. Anyway, so thanks for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I wish I had gone deep with this conversation before everybody left. But anyway, this is Hebrew77 from Hebrew Performance Channel saying, so long, everybody. God bless. Let the Father's love be with you all. And good night and good luck. Doo-doo-doo.